For decades, Uganda Society for Disabled Children and other duty bearers have been battling to restore hope, life and dignity to children with disabilities in Uganda. About 4.5 million people here are disabled, and 2.7 of these are children. Uganda has enabling policies that promote and protect rights for children with disabilities. Uganda Society for the Disabled Children has taken advantage of this to reach out with services like outreach clinics, drug banks, surgical camps, home-based care and awareness campaigns.
USDC has got a strategic plan that it has been implementing from 2013. Since April 2013 to March 2019, we uphold a goal which is to increase access to inclusive education for children with disabilities in Uganda. USDC exists in nearly 14 districts. I'm saying nearly because some others we are there only in partnership with others. And for the past 3 years, we have implemented several projects, but we have also specifically implemented a project in the Midwestern districts of Hoima, Masindi, and Bulisa, which is codenamed Better and Empowered Households of Children with Disabilities. And USDC looks to building children with disabilities such that they can grow and develop to their full potential. We have mostly worked on improving the health of children with disabilities and also increasing access to inclusive education, and then also building the capacity of health services like the hospitals and the health centers such that they can give better rehabilitation services to children with disabilities.
This life-changing project uses a participatory approach to promote best health practices, inclusive education, increasing rights-based advocacy, and building capacity of beneficiaries, health workers and parents, in addition to income-generating activities that offer supportive livelihoods for these children. In the districts of Hoima, Masindi, Bulisa, it has transformed children who had lost self-esteem, hope, and had no future. Turning disability into ability here begins with the routine therapeutic, surgical, and curative methods provided to the disabled children to improve and recover their physical and mental state of disabilities. So, health workers get involved regularly in order to keep the children on a consistent routine up to the time their health is improved. This process starts with identifying them, providing the right treatment, maintaining steady recovery, and supporting their mental and bodily needs up to the time they are out of danger and can survive with minimum care. The basics that have occurred here every week start with helping them through the activities of daily living, both basic and physical. And these are activities usually done in the course of a normal day in a child's life, including basic physical needs like personal hygiene, dressing and toileting, grooming, continence, moving, ambulating, and eating. These are considered essential skills in life which must be mastered and remembered in the initial years of disabled children.
We have a child there with disability, the mother is there, we share the causes, the factors that may have led to the disability, and we go through treatment methods, and also we encourage the mothers also to carry on the treatment.
Disability is usually exhibited in the long-term physical, mental, intellectual or sensory impairment such as blindness, deafness, damaged mobility, or diminished physical growth. This causes impairment which often deters people from fully taking part in social engagements. Disability can affect both children and adults at any moment, and so the likelihood of living through this any time in life is as real as imagined. Some children show one or more of the many disabilities, and for Angel Akidi of Nyabieya, Masindi district, it was spinal bifida diagnosed at birth. She soon developed a hunchback, which needed quick medical attention. She had soon after birth been abandoned at the home of her grandmother, Margaret Tingira, because her mother, Stella Nsekanabo, had conceived while at school and had to continue with studies. A poor and helpless Margaret learned through a neighbor that surgical treatment offered through Uganda Society for Disabled Children could change Angel's life.
Yaitesa nyina nyamugamba ija ogendo twala omwana ogwo bamuhandikise. Bayizire kuri omwana bangamba omwana ogwo bakugya kumusindika mbale kiwa.
And in spite of the odds and the distance, they traveled to the hospital where Angel received 2 separate operations following one another. Though Angel could hardly walk or sit, the successful operation has seen her recover and regain health. And though her lower limbs have lost sensation, making her dispose and pass urine without feeling, she is gradually showing improvement.
Kurugamunu kwika mupateni alihe mpinduka maana ina maingi kandi busaukizi bukione kimutalibaniza yetegereza kimu buli kigambo kiona akimanya hatina nyobu mpikire habuire bunu nyasho wamunyagamba kuwa mwaka guna inagenda akoleki asome.
Angel's caregiver has acquired physiotherapy skills to assist her manage at home. She also got some appliances like parallel bars, calipers, and clutches used in practicing how to walk and play with peers. It was disability at birth that impaired Ivan Akonyera of Hoima district. Regina Aganya, mother to this 6-year-old boy, recounts the persistent malaria attack she suffered during pregnancy. Ivan was born a tiny premature and soon diagnosed with cerebral palsy, which led the family to Hoima Hospital. Ivan was admitted and put on a regimen of drugs, therapeutic care, and counseling for the mother. When he improved, they were discharged and asked to report on Mondays and Thursdays of every week for review and counseling. Regina says she now has the ability to take care of Ivan.
Bakiora baga mwana ondi tukusobola kwikara ntumujanjaba atakozereki ataine biriso mubiri gwaye bampereze baruha ngenda bomani nyaye byokulya omanyi na transport rundi baba batwesere ningenda nyaye byokulya kuba baba batwesere batwereza ka transport bakutugarura omuka ati ningani nyaye byokulya ebyo ningira ningoraki obibwawo ningira ningani nyaye.
Her activities at home include regularly holding him up, taking a walk around, and sitting him in his wheelchair, also provided by USDC. She is convinced that Ivan now lives a better life and is only getting better. Circumstances relating to a disabled child can be stressful and challenging to family, community, and even the health professionals. Most children never live to fully regain what would otherwise have been normal lives. Some also die in the first few years, before or during the periodic treatment. But outside this is the social acceptance, and this is as wanting as the physical needs of the children in these remote communities, where even the basic minimums are hard to find. Quite often, false notions of witchcraft and at times social stigma have held back attempts to administer the would-be correct way of treating conditions of disability. So, this 5-year-old Ezra Mujuni, who lives with his parents in Maya Kaboya, Hoima district, has to endure humiliation because of epilepsy. Ezra, who until recently went to a nearby school, first showed symptoms when he was 2 years old.
Akagumara kwaba mukwezi hati kuba amazire bagira ati ari ekitongore kirabasa kuyambuga umwana ekitongore cyo ko bayijire kwandika na mwandikisa ko namazire kumwandikisa bampe bijuma chonka kukaba yachehaho.
His teacher in the nearby school has stated that he is incapable of learning and therefore irredeemable. Ezra has taken on a hostile stance and decided to abandon school, and his mother has accepted the circumstances with equal indifference.
Tumutwaraga hamusira kaguma nawe cyayingoka nkeje nkabatekera bakarya hati nabamusigire nkano yandashenga yagendire nkokwe hati mbanze naza kumuronda nyankare ba master taramufaho abo kuba kojya akamufaho aramanya nko buzibu bwe buramubaho yararabamufireho akaguma aramwegesa hati nawe ukura ari kwega ukabwo wamugamba ngo sitamu hano ukore kino arakikora.
His reluctance to attend school means he will have no education and no future. And the social stigma he faces in the community extends from the homes where he is chased to the playground where parents forbid their children from playing with him. The struggle to endure goes beyond children like Ezra to even the parents. Ezra's father works in the nearby sugarcane outgrower farm to make ends meet. His frustration is in his failure to get the right treatment for the child in time. While such problems appear unique here, health professionals explain that with the right interventions at the right time, there are techniques for handling such special needs. The family of Ezra Mjuni under USDC have taken on piggery and after producing and selling, put the proceeds to building a better iron-roofed house. The success in treatment and recovery among disabled children shows the commitment by the health professionals to restore such lives on the verge of being lost. In the case of 10-year-old Daniel Mbabazi of Mwendante Kitoba Hoima, an attack of secondary cerebral palsy caused a short Achilles tendon in his limbs and got him admitted. The primary 3 pupil was unable to walk and only moved by tiptoeing. A surgical procedure done by health professionals at Hoima Regional Referral Hospital in 2017 was successful and has restored his health. Now, active Daniel walks better than before and enjoys playing with his peers around home. Daniel's condition has been comforted by helpful parents who have modified the home setting to make it friendly and put up with his movements. This takes care of his access to the day-to-day facilities like the house, the compound, and the pit latrine. A temporary wooden ramp has been laid to make his mobility into the house easy. With a compound that is level and kept clean, Daniel apparently finds this home as pleasant as any child would. Shamim Mpumwire, a Senior 1 student at Kitara Model Senior Secondary School in Masindi, lost one of her legs to cancer. It was amputated, but rather in time to prevent death. Her entry into secondary school was initially delayed because her parents couldn't find a right school with facilities to cater for her disability. Most secondary schools here have not provided for such and lack the basic needs. At Kitara Model Secondary School, she was admitted without prior knowledge of the school administrators that she is disabled and wears an artificial limb.
In the morning, the matron came to my office and said, "Madam, we have a child who has some disability in Senior 1. I told her that I didn't admit anybody who is disabled, but let her come to the office. So the girl came and I asked her what challenges she was having. She told me she's okay. In that one night, she had even got friends, but she told me that the challenge will be bathing. She will need a seat when she's bathing.
Shamim has mainly lived here with support from a friend, Subra Athura, who supports her mobility, fetches water for her bath, picks her meals, and helps her with activities of the day. Shamim, though, has to cope with numerous challenges that a school environment can present. She has to withstand the curiosity and name-calling of students who make unpleasant comments about her circumstance. She also finds the artificial limb a discomfort.
We have many in class. We sit 4 on the desk. Now I don't feel comfortable. The compound is not good. The students overlooking me. They overlook at me.
Though such a disability hampers many opportunities for such a developing girl, this school has been friendly with teachers integrating Shamim in their model of teaching, termed child-to-child learning.
In class, I get surprised. She's always among the first people to enter class. I have not had any complaint pertaining against teacher because the girl, when she's in class, she's actually very active. Even I saw her name on the suite being listed. I think she's also participating with others. She's okay. She's comfortable.
For 6-year-old Rose Jacqueline, a primary 1 pupil at St. Kizito Primary School, Masindi, it has been a life of disability together with orphanhood. She has all the while lived with her auntie Grace at Kiserura, Kyatiri, Masindi district. At 3 months old, Jacqueline suffered serious burns after her sick mother swallowed sleeping tablets and went to sleep. A burning candle spread a fire in the house, leaving Jacqueline with serious post-burn contracture. Grace couldn't meet the cost of getting to Masindi Hospital, and so Jacqueline was rushed to a nearby clinic at Kyatiri, where wounds were managed for 6 months.
Dr. Kamujanjaba baitu yayikire musayi gukatandika kusenzeka muno. Dr. yagamba twamuleka omwana akire mukono gube aiguru. Yaikara otyo mpaka yaika miezi, akaba yire miezi 3 ali baby. Yakura no mukono ogwo mpaka miaka 6.
Jacqueline was introduced to USDC by a person with disability, Charles Balikurungi, during an exercise meant for identification and registration of disabled children. USDC carried out her plastic surgery and restored her health. Grace says Jacqueline can now bathe herself, do some domestic work, and also write down her classwork using the hand. Children with disabilities should be as vibrant and valued members of the society as any other people can be. They, however, often face marginalization, vulnerability, and even discrimination. They are quite often inclined to abuse, exploitation, exclusion, and they are denied their rights. Uganda Society for Disabled Children, as a leading child disability-focused organization in Uganda, has used its mandate to promote equal opportunities for these children. They also work through a model of parent support groups and child rights clubs and lobby the government to make appropriate policies, programs, and legislation.
That's why we have recruited these children, very many of them, because of the club. And because of the club, these children have stopped this business of segregation.
Groups offer the opportunity to share experiences, socialize, and learn from each other. The ideas of income-generating activities are devised like microfinance and saving schemes which create financial stability and provide support for these children to go to school.
We have a model of bring parents to align themselves in groups at the village level, at the parish level, at the sub-county, and then one at the district, that they can participate very, very ably, and that they can also reach out to other service providers like the local government. There are grants there at the local government that parents can access.
They support each other in agriculture, they do the saving, they do those other different projects, they do home visits, visit each other to see where the child sleeps, the environment, the hygiene of the home. So they support each other in all those aspects, and by them working together, we believe that they will continue even after the end of the project.
USDC facilitates hospitals and healthcare workers with resources and equipment to meet the needs of the children. They offer training in health and education practices, training parents and care providers in psychological support for children. They also provide assistive devices, and children with disabilities are integrated in society. Under USDC's rotational plan, some have taken on piggery, where after farrowing, a home gives 2 of the stock to a family in similar circumstances. And because of fast farrowing on the farm, there has been rapid multiplication. The benefits have spread widely, and families are able to improve their household incomes.
When it has an aspect that everyone will be held accountable, because he knows in the next few months from now, he or she will be in position to benefit from that very project. So they will do a joint monitoring.
Other families have projects like bricklaying, where group members hire labor to make bricks for sale, produced on a piece of land offered by one of the members. The plan is that after producing and selling, the group will put together its income, where proceeds are used to support the families. Others have taken on apprenticeship, like this salon based in Bulisa, and handicrafts in this parent support group in Nebi.
The money they save as a group, they can give to their members in terms of loans with a small interest, of course, and this money is normally used to feed their children while they are in school. The groups are also using school land to produce some food stuff for the children. So the food that they eat comes from the produce where the parents and the teachers work using school garden.
When the children with disabilities, their families and the surrounding communities get involved, it provides opportunity and changes the circumstances of the children. In an effort to ensure lifelong learning, USDC invests towards inclusive education systems, accessible schools, creating positive attitudes and use of the child-to-child approach, working with their peers.
You get children, you put them in groups, or you tell this child to help this one. Because even if you see their books, they are writing well, they are not hearing, they are not talking, but they are writing, they are doing your work because of child-to-child approach. And which we are trained, we get these children who call themselves, we call them ordinary children. So we attach them to these children with special needs. So we find when they are okay.
The situation of children with disabilities can only improve if attitudes change. When the disabled children are empowered through giving them rights and opportunities, they tend to overcome poverty, inequality, and exclusion.
We were registering about 9 to 10 children before the intervention of Uganda Society for Disabled Children. But I would like to say now, if you go to schools that are implementing child-to-child intervention, we have registered now close to 20 to 25 children with special needs.
There are success stories. Children who never used to move, who had no hopes that they would move or they would interact like other people, they would go to school, or they would move, or they would walk. But currently, they can now walk. So they have accepted them in the community. Not only that, those ones who have been worked on have corrected, they can do work just like how other children do it. So they are okay.
We were able to reach over 850 households with at least 3 services. That is health, that the children were able to get into a better health condition. And then there are some children actually who benefited from vocational training and apprenticeship. There were 30 children, but there were also challenges. And some of the challenges are in some parents are very far, and so they cannot be in groups. And nearly a quarter of the households that we served, especially in Masindi and Ulisa, reported that they had to go with one meal. Also, we worked with 15 schools, but not all the children on the project were able to go to an inclusive school.
Through innovative approaches like this life-changing project implemented in these communities, enabling children with disabilities and their families to have voices, equal opportunities and rights, USDC carries forward practices that restore lives.